set.
So here we have, this is a unique way of planting, and our goal is to do it organically without using soil-based nitrogen fertilizers. And so what we do is we incorporate 20% organic matter into the soil via worm castings or compost, and also biochar, which sequesters carbon, holds on to nutrients. Here it is. We just grind that up and put that in the soil.
And you're not using any machinery
10%.
here, right?
No, we are a human-powered farm, so this is a lesson in sustainability. Our goal is to find out what it takes to be sustainable as an organic farm. We know people that use tractors, but those people also make their own biodiesel to run their own machines and their generators and things like that. And so for us, we don't have the means to do that, so sustainability means that we start small, very intense preparation of the soil.
She just picked some of your onion and started eating it. Right on. Can you see Jamie over here? She just walked up, picked part of the plant, and started eating.
Yeah, that's when you know kids are raised right, is when they can just walk through the garden and pick something up and eat it. I mean, that's what we're designed to do. That's what's inherent within us. So.
Right on.
Good parenting, guys.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah. Scott, could you explain what you said yesterday about the nitrogen and the plant?
Oh, yeah.
It's
thank you, Dave.
Yep.
it's a very common misconception that nitrogen is critical to successful farming. But what happens is, even when you put down organic nitrogen into your soil, you're not feeding the plants, because the plants don't eat the nitrogen. They eat the nitrates that the bacteria in the soil convert the nitrogen into. And in the process, when you drop nitrogen into the soil, you're just feeding these bacteria, and they go crazy with population. And in the process of their feeding frenzy, they deplete all the organic matter from the soil, which is the foundation for the plant's optimum health. So what we do is we go for the organic matter. Most organic farming, traditional organic farming, calls for 10%. We've raised it to 20%, and we split it between compost and the biochar. And biochar, a lot of people are starting to get into it now, but it's been around a long time. In South America, there's called terra preta, and 1,000 years ago, these South Americans, made these plots, and today they're the most fertile soil in the land, in the world, because the charcoal doesn't go anywhere. It's in the soil until you take it out. It may eventually decompose over thousands of years, but for hundreds of years it just keeps getting more fertile because it holds on to the nutrients that pass through it. It's a filter. It sequesters carbon, which is a benefit to the atmosphere.
Can you hear him okay, Judith?
Yeah, I can.
Good. Go ahead.
And it's very critical in southern soils because here we have sand mainly. And it's a great benefit. And the research is out there, you can look it up. But here we're doing applied research. So we're trying to apply. We know that biochar is good for the soil, and that goes without saying. There's been experiments and tests and all that. But we're doing applied science. We're seeing if we can go 5 years without soil-based fertilizer.
Okay.
Wow, that's incredible.
And what we're going to do is we're going to do a light foliar application. By foliar feeding, you don't feed the soil, and what we'll do is feed sea minerals, because all 90 minerals that are essential to life are in that.
Okay. I'm just wondering one more thing, if I can ask.
Please.
Jamie. Rock dust, seaweed, how does that compare to the biochar or anything else you're using?
How is the seaweed?
The seaweed or the rock dust, have you looked into that?
Yeah. Well, what you're looking for is the minerals. Best bet, it's a blanket, it's a way to canvas cover all your ends. It's just to go to sea minerals, because all the minerals are there.
Okay.
And it's to lob a little bit. They just need a little bit for perform their enzymatic functions and building proteins and hormones and all the things that they use these minerals for. So just a light foliar feed once or twice a season with the sea minerals, and I mean all the fertility is in the soil.
Yes. Okay. So rock dust, you don't need?
Yeah, I mean we also have to emulate the organisms that make the soil. You know, what's available to me is compost and biochar. You know, all these other amendments, if you have them, if you have granite hills.
You want to wait a minute?
Sure, I'll turn it up a little bit.